What really happens when you walk away? When your presence fades like a whisper from her world, leaving only the echo of what once was, it's a story that's often left untold. A quiet yet powerful journey of realization. As the days stretch on without you, something profound begins to shift. Each moment of your absence reveals what she took for granted, a void that grows clearer with every passing second. But this isn't just her story, it's yours too. Because while she starts to see the value of what she lost, you're stepping into a greater version of yourself. Walking away isn't just an act of distance, it's a declaration of your worth. And in this space, rooted in the wisdom of Stoicism, you discover strength, the calm in adversity, resilience in solitude, and the quiet power of self-respect. Today, we're diving deep into this dynamic. What happens when you step back, and the void you leave behind starts speaking louder than words ever could? This video isn't just about understanding her reaction, it's about discovering the transformation in you. Before begin, if you are new at this channel, please subscribe and like this video. For different content, leave a comment. If you want to better reflect your Stoic spirit, you can get your own wallpapers from the link in the description. So, if you've ever wondered about the impact of walking away, stay tuned. Let's explore the power of absence together. Number 1. The power of quiet absence. It begins with the profound impact of silence. Imagine this: she might have assumed you'd try to reach out, patch things up, or at least keep the connection alive. Instead, she encounters a void, a stillness that carries its own weight. Initially, this absence feels strange, even unsettling. She might glance at her phone, replay your past conversations in her mind, or question if you're simply playing a calculated game. But as the silence continues, it becomes unmistakably clear. This isn't a tactic, it's a statement. In this silence, she starts to sense the depth of what's no longer there. Where she once expected a reaction, she finds only a composed and steady quiet. And this is where the wisdom of Stoicism shines. The Stoics remind us that true strength isn't revealed through impulsive actions, but through measured restraint and self-possession. By choosing silence, you're displaying an inner fortitude, a calm confidence that perhaps she didn't fully recognize before. This quietness demonstrates self-respect and emotional stability, qualities of someone who understands their worth. You're not swayed by her actions or caught up in what she might anticipate. You remain steady, resolute, and unfazed. Over time, your absence begins to resonate more deeply. She starts to grasp the significance of losing your presence. What once felt constant and reliable is now conspicuously missing. The moment she once overlooked, the sense of security she took for granted, now echo with a stark void. The realization dawns: losing you wasn't a minor event, it was the loss of someone truly unique. You represented integrity, dignity, and self-discipline, traits not easily found. How should you respond in such moments? Do you reach out to soften the impact? Stoic philosophy guides us to remain firm, grounded in our own peace, rather than swayed by someone else's emotional state. This isn't about shutting her out, it's about preserving your sense of self-worth and demonstrating that your actions are guided by principle, not the need for external validation. You can be open to communication when it feels appropriate, but without compromising your value or chasing after reassurance. For instance, if she reaches out, you might reply with calm composure. A message like, "I hope you're doing well. I've been focusing on my own personal growth," says so much without saying too much. It shows that, while you appreciated what you shared with her, you're secure enough in yourself to continue moving forward. Your response reflects that you value your own journey, emphasizing that your silence wasn't about her but about maintaining your inner balance and strength. Number 2. Revisiting the past. Once the quiet settles, she finds herself revisiting the past, reliving the memories like scenes from an old film. Every shared smile, every meaningful conversation, and those lingering moments of connection flood back to her mind. But now, these recollections aren't just happy snapshots. They're shadowed by the heavy realization of what's been lost. Each memory feels more vivid, sharper, and deeply poignant, carrying a weight she wasn't prepared to bear. In Stoicism, there's a timeless concept known as memento mori, or remember that you will die. It's a reminder that everything, from the people we cherish to the experiences we enjoy, is fleeting. The philosophy teaches us to treasure the present, fully aware of life's impermanence. For her, though, this understanding comes too late. The laughter you both shared, the quiet strength you offered, the sense of security you provided, these moments were like precious grains of sand slipping through her fingers unnoticed. Only now does she grasp their significance, but it's in hindsight, amplified by your absence. As she replays these memories, regret begins to seep in. Why didn't she appreciate the calm stability you brought? Why did she fail to see the quiet strength it took for you to stay grounded and supportive, even when times were tough? Each memory becomes a realization of qualities she once overlooked, qualities that weren't easily found elsewhere. She begins to see that what she had with you was rare, a blend of patience, emotional strength, and self-respect that left a lasting impression. So, how do you respond to her newfound awareness? Stoicism guides us to focus on what we can control, our actions, growth, and perspective. This isn't a moment to dwell on resentment or long for recognition. Instead, it's an opportunity for you to reflect and grow. Let the lessons of your shared past guide you forward, shaping a future that aligns with your values and self-worth. For instance, rather than waiting for her to understand what she lost, channel your energy into building the person you're becoming. Explore your passions, spend time with people who truly value you, and live in a way that reinforces your sense of purpose. In doing so, you're not simply moving forward, you're honoring the strength and worth you brought to the relationship. This isn't about her acknowledgement, it's about recognizing your own value and embracing your journey. And if she does reach out, remember that her perspective is shaped by regret, but you've already transformed those moments into lessons. The memories that linger for her are the same ones that have become stepping stones in your personal growth. Each shared experience, whether joyful or painful, is now part of your story, a story built on resilience, self-respect, and a commitment to growth. Take a moment to reflect on your own journey and the insights it's offered you. What stands out as the most meaningful lesson you've gained from these experiences? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, or simply affirm your growth by typing, "I value my journey." Whether you choose to share or reflect privately, know that each step forward is a testament to your strength. Let's continue to embrace the path ahead together. Number 3, realizing the value she once took for granted. When the vividness of shared memories fades, what lingers is the unmistakable emptiness, an undeniable absence where your presence used to be. It's not just a gap in her emotions, it's the loss of the steady foundation she leaned on, perhaps without fully recognizing its significance. Day by day, this absence becomes a quiet yet persistent reminder that you weren't just a passing figure in her life, you were her anchor. The stability you offered wasn't ordinary, it was rare and essential, something she assumed would always be there, until it wasn't. In Stoicism, there's a principle called sympathia, which emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things. While everyone is connected on some level, true relationships, those built on mutual respect, shared values, and understanding, offer a depth that cannot easily be replaced. Your role in her life provided a steady, grounding influence, a kind of quiet strength that she once overlooked as commonplace. Now, faced with your absence, she begins to grasp the uniqueness of that bond, realizing that such a connection isn't something she can replicate. As the void grows more apparent, she's forced to confront the weight of her decisions. The calm, unwavering support you brought was not something anyone else could simply step in and provide. While she may try to fill the space with distractions or new people, they lack the depth and stability you brought into her life. It dawns on her that what she once dismissed as ordinary was, in truth, something extraordinary, something she didn't cherish until it was gone. But what does this realization mean for you? The wisdom of Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our growth, our values, and our path forward. Her regret, no matter how deep, is not where your worth is measured. you've always known the value of authentic connection, and this is your opportunity to move forward, embracing the lessons you've learned. For instance, you can channel this awareness into building new relationships, ones where your steadiness and understanding are truly appreciated. By practicing sympathia, you open yourself to connections that align with who you are now, relationships built on genuine respect and shared purpose. There's no need to revisit the past in search of fulfillment. Instead, you can create new bonds that celebrate the strength and integrity others may have overlooked. Her realization, while significant, is ultimately her burden to carry. For you, it serves as a powerful reminder of your own worth and the importance of surrounding yourself with people who recognize the quiet strength you bring to their lives. The emptiness she feels is her lesson to internalize. For you, it's evidence of the resilience you've developed and a testament to the path ahead, one where self-respect and understanding light the way forward. Number 4. When independence feels like a lonely path, she might have stepped into independence believing it would deliver the freedom and fulfillment she had been seeking, a life unshackled from expectations, a chance to rediscover and redefine herself. It was an opportunity to build a reality untethered from external attachments, including her connection with you. In the beginning, it felt liberating, as though she had finally caught her breath and embarked on a promising journey. But as the days turned to weeks, the solitude of that path started revealing an unexpected hollowness. What initially felt empowering has slowly become a vast, empty expanse with no one to share the view. The independence she once valued so highly now begins to resemble loneliness more than freedom. From a Stoic perspective, the principle of community serves as a vital reminder. Resilience and self-reliance are essential, but they are only part of the picture. The Stoics recognize that true fulfillment stems not from isolation, but from meaningful connections that ground and support us. Independence is a powerful tool, but life's richness often lies in partnership. For her, you were that balance, a partner who offered both the space to grow and the anchor of shared understanding. Together, you cultivated a freedom that wasn't about escape, but about expanding within the bounds of a supportive bond. Now, as she confronts the absence of that connection, an unfamiliar vulnerability begins to surface. Solitude by choice can feel empowering, but when she realizes that it came at the cost of losing someone who brought depth and light into her world, the weight of that decision becomes heavier. Your presence once infused her life with warmth and balance, a contrast that makes her newfound isolation feel colder and more isolating than she might have imagined. This journey offers a valuable Stoic lesson. While independence is a crucial aspect of strength, connection is equally essential. The Stoics teach us that true resilience comes from understanding our dual needs for self-respect and community. Perhaps this experience has taught you the power of valuing yourself and the significance of staying rooted in your worth, even if it takes someone else's realization of your absence for them to see what they had. Imagine a tree standing tall and proud, its strength supported by deep roots anchoring it to the earth. Those roots don't limit the tree's growth, they stabilize and nourish it, allowing it to flourish even in the face of storms. Similarly, relationships ground us, helping us to grow stronger while fostering shared values and mutual respect. Your role isn't to linger in the hope of being noticed, it's to continue growing, to cultivate your inner strength, and to stand firmly in your self-worth, regardless of whether others recognize it. As you reflect on this chapter of your life, think about the balance between independence and connection. Have you experienced moments where meaningful relationships brought harmony and strength to your life? Share your story in the comments or simply write, "I am rooted in my worth." Your insights could be the inspiration someone else needs on their journey. Together, let's explore the next Stoic insight and continue growing. Number 5, recognizing your quiet power. There comes a moment when she begins to see it, the quiet strength you carried so naturally. A serenity that once slipped past her notice, but now lingers in her mind. In every interaction, you stood firm, unshaken, never reacting out of impulse or emotion. What she mistook for passivity or indifference was, in truth, something much deeper, a rare mastery of self that she now understands for what it truly was. In Stoicism, there's a principle called apatheia, the ability to remain free from overwhelming emotional turmoil. It's not about being emotionless, but about having mastery over emotions so they don't dictate your actions. You embodied this effortlessly. While others were quick to frustration or rash decisions, you remained composed, measured, and grounded. Now, with time and distance, she sees the uniqueness of that quiet power. You weren't the loudest voice or the dominant force, but your calm was a stabilizing presence, an anchor that she only fully appreciates in its absence. As she reflects, she realizes that your calmness was never about detachment, it was about discipline and self-awareness. You weren't disconnected from emotions, you simply didn't let them rule you. Your control over your thoughts, your actions, and your words radiated a quiet confidence that didn't seek external validation. In a world filled with chaos and impulsive reactions, the steadiness you embodied feels like a rarity she struggles to find elsewhere. What happens now that she understands this about you? You have a choice. You could reopen the lines of communication, try to rekindle what was lost, or show her you're still there. But the Stoic approach advises something different: to remain rooted in your principles and your strength, to keep living authentically without letting someone else's recognition or approval define your path. This doesn't mean you need to shut her out, it simply means your value isn't dependent on her realizations. For instance, focus on continuing to nurture your inner stability. Whether you're building new connections, exploring fresh opportunities, or simply navigating the day-to-day, your priority remains your personal growth. The calm she misses in you wasn't an act, it was real. And now, you keep cultivating that strength, not for her sake, but for your own. Over time, this steadfast calm becomes a core part of who you are, unshaken by the coming and going of people in your life. The Stoics teach us that true freedom lies in this understanding: you don't need anyone else's recognition to feel whole, but by embracing this strength, you embody a quiet resilience, the same calm she remembers, but one that you now carry forward as part of a future built on self-respect, inner peace, and unshakable confidence. And number 6, confronting the void she never saw. Now, she's met with an undeniable truth, a hollow space she hadn't recognized before, a sense of absence that only emerged in your departure. In a way, she's confronting a reflection of her own inner void, a stark emptiness that emphasizes what she once overlooked in you. With your presence no longer there, she begins to feel the magnitude of what she dismissed. It's not just about missing companionship, it's about realizing the absence of authentic meaning, the depth you added to her life, a depth that isn't easily replaced. The Stoics taught avusia, the practice of nurturing an internal sense of value and belonging. This philosophy reminds us that lasting fulfillment comes not from others' approval, but from cultivating inner richness and purpose. Your presence didn't simply provide her with comfort or a distraction, it brought a profound sense of connection and significance. That sense of meaning can't be replaced by superficial interactions or fleeting attention. Now, she faces a harsh truth: without you, the emptiness she once ignored has grown louder and more pressing. This realization compels her to differentiate between casual company and a connection of true substance. She may have thought the support you offered could be found elsewhere, but now she feels the irreplaceable nature of what you provided. It's a sobering moment. She let go of something uniquely valuable, something rooted in genuine self-worth and inner strength, qualities not easily found in others. So, what should you do when she confronts this reality? The Stoic approach advises staying focused on your personal growth and maintaining your self-respect. While her recognition of your value may feel affirming, it's vital to remember that your worth has never depended on her acknowledgement. Instead, see this as a chance to reaffirm the importance of relationships that genuinely value and respect the depth you bring. Redirect your energy into building a life rich with purpose and aligned with your core values. This could mean deepening your bonds with those who appreciate your worth, or exploring pursuits that fuel your personal growth. For instance, you might channel your efforts into creative projects, cultivating meaningful friendships, or embracing hobbies that reflect your evolving self. Each step fortifies the life you're creating, one centered on your intrinsic value and authentic purpose. In the end, she may come to regret what she let slip away. Yet, your strength lies in moving forward, secure in your own value. The Stoics remind us that true contentment stems from a well-nourished inner life, one that remains whole without external validation. As you continue along this journey, you carry the depths you once overlooked, a depth that will only deepen as you invest it into connections and experiences that resonate with your own principles. Have you ever been in a situation like this, where someone only recognized your value once you were gone? Maybe you've experienced that moment of clarity when they came to terms with what they had taken for granted. We'd love to hear your story and thoughts. Sharing your journey can create meaningful connections and offer support to others navigating similar realizations. Drop a comment below. What resonated with you, and how have you grown through these moments of self-discovery? Number 7. Admiring your tranquility. Over time, she begins to notice something she may not have expected: your unwavering tranquility, even from afar. It's evident that you've achieved a sense of calm and balance that grows stronger with each passing day. This inner stability, forged through challenges and personal growth, now stands out to her like a lighthouse on a stormy sea. While she struggles with uncertainty about her decisions, you continue moving forward with confidence and clarity, firmly rooted in your sense of self. This composure unsettles her because she knows it's not easily attained. It's the result of strength, perseverance, and intentional growth. In Stoicism, there's a concept known as ataraxia, a profound sense of inner peace that stems not from controlling others or external circumstances, but from mastering one's own thoughts and emotions. The Stoics taught that true tranquility arises when we align our actions and mindset with what is within our control. That's the essence of what she sees in you now, a rare, steady confidence, a calm that comes from embracing life's unpredictability rather than resisting it. She feels the stark difference between her restless state of mind and your centered one, and in that contrast, regret starts to surface. It's like two ships navigating the same ocean. Hers is tossed by the waves, uncertain of its direction, while yours sails smoothly, guided by an internal compass. You don't attempt to control the winds or tides. Instead, you steer with grace, understanding that peace isn't about external circumstances, it's about how you choose to respond. In your poise, she perceives a kind of self-assuredness she hasn't yet achieved, a freedom from doubt and anxiety that feels out of reach for her. What's the lesson here? Recognize the immense power of inner mastery. Peace is something you cultivate for yourself. It's a foundation that becomes unshakable as you grow from within. Your self-worth isn't contingent upon others' recognition or approval. It's a constant that remains intact regardless of who enters or exits your life. Picture someone trying to disturb your calm. In the past, you might have been shaken, but now you stand resolute, unruffled, allowing only the thoughts you choose to hold onto. This steadiness, cultivated through inner work, becomes your greatest strength, one that others may see and admire even when they don't fully understand how you attained it. Her admiration of your tranquility doesn't necessarily mean she's ready to return, but it marks a significant shift. It's a silent acknowledgement of the wisdom and growth you embody, one that can never be taken away from you. And whether or not she chooses to join you on your journey, your peaceful, grounded existence will remain your most powerful asset. Have you ever experienced moments where others recognized your inner calm and strength only after time had passed? How did that shift impact your sense of self? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Your reflections might inspire others to embrace their own journeys of growth and inner peace. Knowing your worth, whether or not it's acknowledged by others in the spaces you create, both of you can recognize what truly holds value and cannot be replaced. The wisdom of Stoic philosophy reminds us of the importance of calm restraint and self-control in moments like these. It teaches us that true strength doesn't shout or seek validation, it remains steady, rooted in self-assurance. By stepping back, you're not only offering her a chance to reflect, but also showing the power of a grounded and composed spirit. This process isn't about proving your value to someone else, it's about rediscovering it for yourself, nurturing your self-worth, and understanding that your value remains constant regardless of who is present in your life. As you think back on this video, consider which part of this message resonated most with you. Was it the reminder of your personal strength, the realization that silence can communicate more than words, or perhaps the encouragement to find peace that remains untouched by external reactions? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what stood out to you the most. If you found this video meaningful, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Thank you for spending your time here and choosing to invest in your own growth. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you'll never miss new content. Before you leave, take a moment to check out the videos on the screen. They'll help you explore more about personal growth, Stoicism, and the power of stepping back. Until next time, continue to strengthen your inner foundation and live with intention. See you in the next video.